How's it going, guys? This is RazerSC here with another StarCraft replay. I haven't uploaded in a while, and I'm a relatively new caster, but hopefully this game will bring you some form of entertainment. Right here we got viOLet, and he's the yellow Zerg. He is from Korea, I think. Yeah, he's from Korea. And I know he's in Grandmaster. Very good, very talented. He was at Home Story Cup. I don't actually know what place he took. I think he did okay. Goody had an amazing showing at Home Story Cup, despite a little bit of supply blockage, but I know he is also Grandmaster on the European server, and let's just get into this game here. So we got Goody spawning up here in the top left-hand corner of Terminus, or I guess if you look at the map, it's bottom, whatever. And then right here in the bottom left, we got viOLet. And this is the GSL version of Terminus, which means no ramp here, destructibles here. But I like the ramp version better, but I'm a Zerg / Protoss player, so I kind of like taking a fast third. So I'm a little bit greedy and biased. But right now we just got everyone kind of droning up. viOLet should be getting that overlord right now, which he is. Oh, so good with those timings. We got Goody coming over here, should be getting a supply depot pretty soon, probably walling off the front, which he is. viOLet's overlord is heading in the correct direction, and this map, it's huge. It is humongous, but I like it. Normally longer macro games, which is nice. This SCV going out probably to scout. The supply depot's finishing up. We got 3 drones in production for viOLet over here, and his SCV is scouting the wrong direction. Overlord just heading to the natural, making sure no bunkers, and we got a barracks. So, not a proxy barracks, just, maybe do a little one racks harass, maybe throw up a bunker here, try to get some poke and prodige, and, it can pay off like 1 out of 10 times probably against, maybe not against someone of viOLet's caliber, but, if you're on ladder, can make for some good stuff. So we just got everyone droning up. Goody's at about 13 supply. Up in the units tab, we got 14 drones to 13 SCVs now. This overlord, will it see it? I don't think it'll see it. Oh, he's going towards the direction. And yes, he does see it. So we will be aware that there's probably some one racks harass coming. That drone, knowing where he is just going to go and try to poke this SCV to death. Or bite him. I don't know what drones do. But the barracks finishes because it was almost done in the first place. We got a Marine coming out. We have a gas, so that's probably not going to be it, but we do have a bunker coming up just to apply a little bit of pressure. And I like this by Goody. He puts 1 drone constantly following the SCV, the other 2 drones DPSing down the, bunker. So that's it's just one of those things to be just a tad bit more efficient, and he doesn't get the cancel. That's a big deal. That is 150 minerals that he will not see again. Notice how he did not get even 75 minerals back. But he is building a supply depot, getting that extra, what am I saying extra for? Orbital command. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I was thinking extra hatchery. I don't know what I was thinking. But we do have a Marine coming down again with a bunker coming up again. Let's see if we can get the cancel off on this one, because this is for sure going to be held off quite easily by viOLet. So he's got this bunker, 3 DPSing. Oh, he did get a drone. He did cancel that, but he got that drone without losing the Marines. So a little bit of advantage. And in these long games of this high level, the little things count. And we got a factory coming down. Probably going to see some reactor hellions because of the gas. And he does let that gas finish. viOLet does. And I get... How many Marines are they? Yeah, he has 3 Marines out. So 3 Marines can out DPS an extractor building. So that was probably a good read, considering he saw 2 and he's like, well, he has to have a 3rd one out. But we got 6 Leans kind of going to poke their way in here. We got Queens coming up, 17 drones, 17 SCVs. We would have more drones, but he did force the Lings, which, every larva not spit on drones in the early game is... It's just one of those little small advantages that you just need. Got 3 Marines DPSing that out. We got fast expand. And one thing I've seen really common is what a Terran will do is they'll fast expand in their natural, and then they will grab another command center, and they'll just pump SCVs out of it. And then when they feel like it's secure or they're ready, they just break down these rocks, and they have an instant 3rd. And they get the extra production of SCVs for this command center, which really helps them keep up in that when Zerg just goes into that super, super, super drone-heavy type play that they love to do. So we got viOLet, 22 drones, yada yada yada. You can see that. You don't need me to tell you that. We got Zergling speed on the way, starport on the way. So we can maybe see some Miraculous Hellion drops. Another good thing to do is put Hellions on this low ground, drop some Marines up here, and then we can just kind of poke out. And as soon as Zerglings come back, just boop, just go right back here, and then Hellions can cover them from the low ground, or you could just parachute everything up. But we do have a Hellion coming out and a Tech Lab coming out. So probably just this one. I was probably wrong about the Reactor Hellions, unless he's just going to go his oh-so-lovely mech play that he does love to do against Zerg. But I did notice in Home Story Cup, he did use a lot more bio, but that was mainly versus Protoss. He still favored that mech. So we got an Evo Chamber coming out, we got 100 gas, so probably going to be getting that +1 carapace, because there's really no reason to leave all 3 on gas. What I like to do is pull 1 off gas and just leave 2 on there, because you have a little bit extra mining, but you're still, if you're just like in an oh shit moment and you need a Banley nest or you need a layer really fast, you have that option of getting that gas, but you only have 2 on it, so it's not going over it. But we do have a drop coming out. Looks like he's going to pick up these Marines and go in, and this Overlord may scout it, and that is not good, but he does smartly get that Marine out. Does he see it? And I don't think he saw that medevac, but he did see the expansion, so he knows he's expanding. He's got this one Hellion at the front. He could probably probably because of the Spine Crawler. I don't think he could bait one just to get splash damage, but viOLet seems very prepared for this drop. He's got Overlords in the right position. He's got 3 Queens and about 6 Zerglings. No, wait, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8 Zerglings to clean that up, and he's got the Spine at the front, so he doesn't really have to worry about this Hellion slipping in, getting too much information. But we do have the Orbital coming down, got Supply Depots coming up, and he did get that +1 carapace, which I love because it makes him that much more effective for his Marines and Siege Tanks, which Siege Tanks and Marines tend to be a pretty normal composition. Goody not watching his Hellion. Shame on you, Goody. But he did damage the Zerglings, but Zerg regenerates health, so it doesn't matter. Still only on 1 gas, just now taking that 2nd gas, but is popping his layer, so probably some Mutaplay considering he's throwing down all those 4 gases and getting a 3rd at the same time. We do have a drop here that's going to harass the Zerg, probably force a cancel. If he's not careful, he's not pulling Zerglings. There he goes, but he did get the cancel off on that. So he does get 225 minerals of those 300 that were spent back. Nothing coming out of the starport. We got Siege Tanks coming out. Nothing coming out of the barracks. And he does have 500 minerals, so the macro slipping just a little bit. I don't really know what he's doing. Maybe picking up the Marines. Didn't lose a single Marine and forced a cancel, so that was definitely worth the drop. He's got 4 gas going, so yet double armory. Another command center. Probably see a couple more factories coming down here in a minute. Probably going to start getting double upgrades, plus mass Siege Tank Thor, maybe with some Blue Flame Hellions mixed in there, which is a very good composition versus Zerg. Especially if they don't scout it. If you have 8 Siege Tanks, 2 Thors, and a bunch of Blue Flame Hellions showing up at your natural, you're like, oh my god, what do I do? So you only have Zerglings and Mutas, and it's just not fun. Which I do. Mutabane is it's very common. We've got 12 drones in production coming down to this 3rd. We do have the Spire starting, 3 creep tumors. His creep going quite well. He knows which way to go. He does have the Marines guarding that watchtower, so we will have to clean those out before he wants to extend that creep anymore. He's got that 3rd command center coming up, and yes, double factory. Let me get some Vikings out to clear up these Overlords scattered around the map. As you can see, they're just kind of bunched up here. Map vision for... Where's viOLet's cam? There it is. For viOLet, very limited. He doesn't know the expansions come down. He knows he has a command center right there. He knows he's building a factory and has a starport and a barracks right there. But the barracks, in actuality, is up here, 2 factories, so he doesn't really have a good idea of what's going on, and he can only see about as far as these creep tumors are going. So he doesn't have a lot of map vision, can't see really for drops, but he is on 3 bases, which is good, but then again, so is the Terran. He's breaking down those rocks with unsieged Siege Tanks, which do a slightly more DPS than Siege. Siege is just mainly for the splash damage. Got a Thor coming out, +1/+1, turrets for the Mutas. Pretty good timing. I would say he's a little bit late Mutas. I like to get my Mutas out, and in most other replays I cast, I see Mutas coming out roughly around 10 minutes, so these are a little bit late, but good reaction, getting those things. I don't know if he scanned that. Did he scan that? Let's see Goody's cam here. Actually, no, he has only seen the natural. Goody. Both of their scouting, I don't really like their scouting this game. viOLet hasn't scouted a lot. It's just a very, looks like Goody's going to come and pick off all these creep tumors, which this queen so hard tried to poop out. And he did. viOLet did send that queen down to that 3rd, but he is sending some Zerglings up there to clean that out. He probably could pull up into that medevac with his 2 Marines, but Goody does have that 3rd, and he does have a macro hatch, So he's going to have larva production, and he does know he's going mech. How? I'm not really sure. Probably just a good guess. I don't know, but he's starting to build roaches with burrow, and I mean that's just kind of a big investment. And say he was going marauders or any kind of marine tank, that kind of roaches wouldn't do too well. Roaches wouldn't fare too well against all that, just because marauders with their bonus damage and siege tank, they're just very immobile. And I don't really like doing this blind, but he does see the Thor with those mutas taking him way too much damage. He didn't take out anything. He took out. What did he take out? Why am I looking at the unit type? I'm still not familiar with these new hotkeys. Units lost. What do you lose? I mean, they're both pretty much even, but most of the Zerglings. What is this? 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 Units killed. Control R. Workers killed. Yeah, 2 workers for that? Or 6 workers, I'm sorry. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think that's worth it to lose a muta and take so much damage on these other ones. And it looks like viOLet is continuing its creep spread because the Marines only took out they took out a lot of tumors, but not all the live ones. So he did have a good spread on that, and viOLet is maxed. But it is roaches. Roaches are supply heavy. I will give him that, and that's a very good read. Very, very good read. But he does Goody has a Raven. So up in the production tab, 2/2 for range is coming up. Ventral Sacs and a Nidus Worm. Gotta love it. Probably going to be pooping up this Nidus Worm. He's got drop play. He's got mutas. He's getting this map control back, and Goody can't really do much. He's 146 food to a max Zerg. A max Zerg on 3 base. What I would think now is since he has so much money, he just needs to start expanding. Boom, 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 boom. Just expand. But he does have a Nidus. Where's that Nidus coming up? Oh, very good. He's going to take out this third of Goody. Love it. Oh, he's going to send these to take out the Hellions. Did the Hellions have blue flame? No, they're only red frame Hellions. So he did bunch up those mutas. Didn't magic box. Probably could have taken out that 4 for very cost efficiently. And he could, I don't think he's going to pick it off. Goody's going to lift it up, but he could go in there, and he can't burrow and move, though. Does he have tunneling claws? Yes, he's researching it right now. Doesn't have it yet. But he does have all these overlords here, and I just wish he would spread them out. He has all the map control in the world right now if he's going mech. The Hellions do have blue flame, a bunch of siege tanks. Bunch of siege tanks. So viOLet's they're pretty even supply, lost a lot. 2/2 coming up for those tanks. My goodness, that's going to be a 56 damage versus armored. And as we all know, roaches are armored. And I don't know, Goody's in a pretty good spot. I would think he's just getting that ball of just units that he can just move and siege. And as soon as he starts that slow push, viOLet's going to have to do some very clever tactics to get rid of it. But he is maxed again, and again, just floating so much minerals and being content on 3 bases during a meching Terran. And I don't know how much I like that, but he is expanding to a 4th, and a 5th, and a 6th. So, okay, never mind. I bite my tongue on all those words of him not expanding. He is expanding. Would have liked to see it a little bit earlier. Get some extra larva supply in, maybe tech up. He needs to tech to hive, though. But I'm not going to sit here and criticize him. He's a Korean pro gamer. I'm the person sitting here behind the microphone casting. But he does have Hellions. Goody does coming up. He's going to spot all these hatcheries coming up. So I wouldn't be surprised if he got a drop of Marines and just went and killed all those off. But does he? I don't know if he has any Marines. How many Marines? Yeah, he has 14 Marines. So he actually has enough to do a good push. And here we go. Goody's moving out. The question is now, will viOLet be able to deal with it? And he does have Ventral Sacs. And Goody does not have Vikings and only 1 Thor. So what he could do is just wait for them to siege up and then just drop all over them. And there's not... That's very smart. I've actually never thought of that. I feel very dumb for not thinking of that. But he does have a medevac out. What I'd like to do is see some Blue Flame Hellions drop just to split this army up just a little bit, because all of his army is right there. He has 1 Viking, I think, at most. Yeah, 1 Viking and 2 Thors right now. And he is going for a death drop in the main. Love it. But I don't know if Goody's going to be able to get here on time. With all these things dropping, he's going to hit him when he's unsieged. He's going to be bunched up. All his tanks aren't going to be firing. This Thor's locked out. He did pick up. He only dropped about half, so he can drop on these tanks. Beautiful play. I love it. But 157 to max Terran. I don't know. See, Goody's doing very well in this engagement. 181 food to 150, but he is remaxing. This is when all those hatcheries would be so lovely to have. I don't even know if he has them high. He doesn't even have them high. Oh, yes, he does. Never mind. Should not have said that. He should be taking the hive. He has the infestation pit. He has more than enough money. Should be taking the hive, get the broodlords, because broodlords is how you deal with a meching Terran. And as you know, Goody held that off fine. everything's okay. Nothing went down. He lost, what he was, he did kill a lot of workers in that. How many workers does he have? 51 with mules. That's not, it's not game changing. That's just the thing. It is not game changing because this sieged up. I would like to see some repairs go down, but he's just going to move out and siege up, and then he's just going to be stuck on roaches. And he's just now getting his hive 20 minutes into the game. He had the money to, I don't know how long ago, just so much longer ago. And I don't think viOLet's going to fare very well once he gets a good burrow. But he has the Raven, and he's not going to be able to burrow and get under these tanks. And he is hitting when he's unsieged, but he's bunched up. Thors do splash damage. That's not going to do much. These splash damage when they're sieged. It's just not going to be enough. And does he have that Raven with him? No, he doesn't. He actually does not have the Raven, so he could get a very good burrow off and do some significant damage. Looks like these Hellions took out that. Probably could. He's throw up some spine cars, but he probably forgot. And here we go. Looks like it's going to be a base race, but he can just lift off. These can't attack air. Nothing can attack air, and he's just going to siege up. And as soon as he's sieged up in this natural, it's going to be game for viOLet. I mean, there's nothing he can do. I mean, Goody can just lift, and he's fine. I don't know why you would try to base trade with a Terran when you don't have anything that can attack air. But Goody's not lifting up. I guess he's just going to play. Just going to be like, alright, I guess we'll just do this in just old-fashioned style. Looks like he's got some Blue Flame Hellions roasting away all the drones. Why do I have nothing open for you beautiful viewers to see? 17, but it doesn't matter. The point is Goody's army is just too big. It's going to do... viOLet's army cannot hit it. He's got scan. Actually, he won't have scans, so... yeah, he lifts. Yeah, that's game right there. I don't think there's anything you can do. I would love to see him. He needs to lift this and land this somewhere where he can save up for scans, because if the roaches do get a good burrow, he will be able to do some good damage. But you got to remember, just because he's 141 supply, it's in roaches. And roaches are very supply-heavy units. And he's only on 2-2, so... and Terran's on 2-2 also. And if you had that hive, I think he could have 3-3 done and Brood Lords out by now. And completely stomp this push with only 3 Thors and no 2 Vikings. And where is that Raven? I don't know why the Raven is not with the army, is what I'm saying. See, the Raven's back here, and then he wouldn't even have to waste scans. I don't know if he notices that, or if he's leaving it back there for a specific reason, but I can't think of a reason why he would leave that back there. But you do see viOLet expanding over here. I would love to see a spawning pool go down. He does have mutas coming up. I don't know why you'd get mutas. I guess if you can get a bit, but 6 mutas aren't going to do anything. Like, maybe if you can get, like, 10 mutas, and you can magic box all these, and then none of this... oh, wait, he has Marines. Never mind. I bite my tongue. But he does have all the roaches, but Goody's just methodically just moving around the map, taking out expansions. He took out everything over here. This is just an old base race, and he's got the expansion over here, but he has 24 drones, and I don't even know where the drones are. They're burrowed, some are burrowed over here. What else do we got? Oh, Goody's going to land it right there. That's kind of cute. We got roaches right here. I don't know why those roaches aren't with the army. Every little roach can help. This Blue Flame Hellion needs to be taken out. But see, here comes the army of Goody. Let's have this expansion right here, but... I mean, Goody knows about it. He saw it, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah, Goody knows all about that expansion. So... good game from viOLet. I like the way he played it out, but there are also some things, like not taking that third and sitting on so much money for so long. I just don't think that was... I think he could have expanded so much longer, had a much better economy coming into this fight, had Brood Lords 3-3 up with Burrow and Tunneling Claws, and if he had Burrow and Tunneling Claws and Goody had forgotten that Raven back there, man, that would have been game. But all in all, good game from viOLet. I don't know, I think this isn't a tournament, so that he may... good strategy just to kind of wear out your opponent, make them think as long as possible so they are unprepared for next game. viOLet knows he's pretty much lost this game, so he knows that, might as well just run up the time, get him to think a little bit more than he actually has to. But, I mean, viOLet still has a chance, a little glimmer of hope, because Goody has rebuilt his base. What is this? Oh, he took it out. Oh, viOLet has a chance here. I called him out way too early. Goody, what are you doing? You need to siege, bro. Like, he just needs to siege. And viOLet left the game. Good game by Goody. Looks like it was in the Zotac Cup. But, all in all, good game from viOLet. I like what he did. He just couldn't have done everything a little bit cleaner and crisper, I think. Because this money, I understand he done anything to my with, but it shouldn't be that much. And I don't know why he left. I think if he waited, because he has no command centers, if he could get a good burrow and a good spread, I think he could take that army and very well take the game. No problem at all. But Goody shouldn't have sieged at that fight. I don't know why he didn't. But thanks for watching. This has been one of my relatively newer casts because I'm kind of new to this thing. So drop some feedback in the comments. Tell me how I did, what I can do to improve better. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I will talk to you guys later.